He enters La Jaula for the second time as a pro with a record of 1 victory. Mauricio Rios! And tonight, he makes the leap into the big leagues of MMA. Inside of La Jaula of Combate Global, Luis Sifuentes!
In November, we're underway. It is Rios in red.
Great striking from Luis, right, to get the fight started. This man, he said, listen, I felt a little awkward where I lived in Iowa. He felt different where he lived. Like you mentioned, he's from a small town, but he made the change. He wanted to become a mixed martial artist, left that state of Iowa, went to Nebraska, wrestled, and now he's in California training with Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center with the likes of Trevor Wells, Ashley Yoder, and so many more. But when you mention Dan Henderson, I think that's enough, right?
My favorite all time in mixed martial arts. And they're in Temecula, California. Great wine country, by the way, if you ever get a chance to visit. Beautiful up there in the mountains, the vineyards, not too far from San Diego. Sifuentes will take a seat. Rios doing some work on top.
And Mauricio, great jiu-jitsu.
Gets the back now, Sifuentes.
And this is what happened here. He seems that he's very confident. This could come to an end real quickly. I used to do here. He could slip him down here, put that foot to bring him down.
Got a warning from Marcos Perez to upholding La Jaula.
It happens. It's the first professional fight for Luis.
Yeah, well, what's going through his mind? I mean, there's a lot here that you have to absorb. It's all, you have the designs, you have your plans all beautifully laid out. Then you get in here and they change.
He had over 10 fights, or about 10 fights in amateur. But nonetheless, especially he fought in states where MMA was not as big. Even in some states, believe it or not, they're still working their athletic commission and the rules and bringing it up because they don't have as many fights. And that's why he ended up leaving his state of Iowa and going to other states. So yes, this is a big stage for him. He has to get used to now the rules of professional MMA. You don't hold the fence or the cage, La Jaula.
That's what it's worth.
There's that sweep that Mauricio was looking for to work down the ground game. Has a great grip of that leg to scoop him in. Now Luis, Luis needs to get out of this position. La Jaula is prohibiting him from doing anything. He needs to get out. Mauricio just has the upper hand.
That's what it's worth.
As Pete putting all that strength, pushing him in, trying to scoop him in, and then perhaps even transition to get Luis's back, and then work some sort of a submission in the way. Attempted a knee, but you can see, Max, that right from the get-go, Rios' strategy here is go for a submission.
You talk about Iowa and the Midwest. It used to be a pretty flourishing place for MMA when you think of Pat Miletich and Robbie Lawler, who was from San Diego, ended up going to school in Iowa and had this incredible career. I believe he's fighting again here. And Matt Hughes, not from Iowa, but that Midwest was burgeoning. It slowed down a bit.
Because of wrestling. You know,
the wrestling, of course.
Great wrestling in that area. They're top-notch fighters.
When you think of wrestling, you think of Iowa.
Absolutely.
Iowa State, Dan Gable, all of that comes into view. But the wrestling, it's adapted. So where it was, these fighters were so successful because they had that wrestling background, you've got to be more well-rounded now.
You got to evolve. Yes, it's great to have that fundamental of wrestling. It can take you a long way. But this is a sport that involves many martial arts. You got to know them all. And here's Mauricio.
Sifuentes learning a lot of lessons here as he's given up his back at least 3 times.
This is where Rios wants him, in the center of La Jaula, where he can work his way and obtain another submission victory. He has a half Nelson, or working on a half Nelson. To flip him
on
over.
That arm. Not much on the striking. You can see there's not much behind the punches when they were standing up. Clearly, certainly in Rios' case, he wants to set up this exactly.
Not much, and you can see Luis is here. He's kind of puzzled how to get out of this position.
Let's work.
He grabs the hand. Rios does have that leg in between, forbidding him from Luis from getting out of that position. Rios, of course, is trying to. There he got. Well, Luis
settles
turned it up.
Much better here for Sifuentes, trying to clear the guard. Little rubber guard there from Rios. Bringing that left leg up very high. Sifuentes almost through. We're heading to the end of this first round. It's really been a feeling out process. I know it sounds cliche, but that's what we've been seeing.
Oh, he's in trouble. That's how he got that heel hook from Martin. Could happen again. Oh.
That's how he got his first victory in his professional career. Now we get back to the feet. Good punches by Rios.
There we go.
After 5 minutes inside the Jaula, we'll see what he can take away from that experience. Rios, we talked about his jiu-jitsu game, training there in Mexico City with 10th Planet, and he showed a lot.
You know, Max,
a couple attempts there, including that heel hook, which got him a victory back in November.
Yeah, he might go to, and now again it goes to the ground. Rios, you could tell just from the start. I mean, that's just the game plan. Stand up with him a little bit, and let's switch gears and take this fight to the ground. By the way, Max, did you know both these guys have something in common?
What's that?
They both like video games.
Video games. Probably not the best part of an MMA diet, quite frankly, but it works for some.
I know we recently had a fighter. He said he spent like, I don't know.
Are you a video game guy yourself, Rodolfo?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. That's a good answer. That's the right answer.
I do like, I like fighting games.
There you go. Well, you know, there's, you call that research. Almost maybe a starting attempt for a Kimura by Sifuentes. He's trying to get that wrist control. Rios not having it.
Yeah, Rios again just searching, see what we can attempt. But see the fact that Luis is right next to La Jaula makes it difficult actually for Rios and for Luis to get out of this position.
That left arm of Sifuentes is locked in, and now he's got him almost cradled over.
Kind of awkward position. He does have an opportunity for a crucifix. All he has to do is lay his body and just land the shots. Luis is now giving his back. That's what Rios has been waiting
Rios
for.
locked it in.
Rios has been waiting for that. He got it.
Can he lower the hips?
He needs to flatten him out. Now he can work for that rear naked choke. He could have it. Just sink it in there, Max.
Rodolfo, we pieced together what we saw in November here. This is really good ground game from Rios.
He's very confident.
And Artiste.
And
big,
he might have it.
Now he's got it. He's grinding it in.
I can see from this angle, no, but he does have the chin down, so he doesn't have it locked in yet.
What's Sifuentes got to do here?
In this position, he has to move, try to grab that wrist there to break it up, but he has to be very careful because if he moves and put that chin up for whatever reason, he can get caught.
Still not underneath the chin.
Rios may have it.
He turns the head.
You do have sweat in there too, Max, that could play a role. That could be very slippery and actually benefit Rios.
Sifuentes has his eyes closed, but he's just looking for the next move. Releases the hold.
And he does have that figure four very tight on Luis.
A lot of time still on this second round, and Rios locked in around the waist. A warning there for Marcos Perez.
Again, Rios bringing back the fight to where he wants it on the ground. Yeah, see, Luis is doing what he has to. He's turning, but at the same time, there he goes. He cut that figure four lock out the way. Now he's quickly needs to pop up his hips.
Sifuentes really turtling
right
in there.
Luis can get out of that position. Just scoop your butt out. There we go. Now
armbar.
He can switch gear, but no, he has the arm bar. Big mistake. He left it hanging.
Rios is throwing everything. I mean, we've had 3 different distinct submission attempts. 4 when you go back to the heel hook from round 1.
But now Luis does have that right leg. Don't know what he's going to do with it. Maybe he's going to dump it down and sweep him and go for maybe some ground and pound action if he has that opportunity.
Pretty impressive from Luis Sifuentes to still be here with everything Rios has shown to him. It's been an awkward, at times weird fight, and these guys in some uncompromising positions. Again, Sifuentes trying to roll away.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't see this.
Well, it is his first professional fight.
Yes, it's survival.
So you live and learn.
But it's awkward and strange, and it's making things hard on Rios, I guess is one way to put it.
Yes.
They're gonna come up.
Marco just stood him up. Wasn't seeing much action there. See this fight right there in the center.
Single leg.
Rios going back for that single. Luis once again in the same position, just Rios good shoulder position.
Ducking in again. And now Sifuentes turning the tables a bit. It almost looks like a tango going on there. Legs coming in and out, just missing a little accordion.
Right, and
Come on, let's work,
that's
work.
what you want. But look, Rios is hanging on to the kick.
This is better for Sifuentes. Now he can take the high ground.
Let's work.
Use some hammer fists. Throw some shots. And as you're showing, and as you're punching, kind of bring Rios to the side to push it out La Jaula.
We're reaching the end of the second round. There's the bell.
Continue corner.
Representing Mexico City. They just go flat-footed there in the center of the jaula.
You got less than 5 minutes to go. That's it. You got a half tank of gas. Let it ride.
Changing levels, Rios, but I mean, if either of these guys were a little sharper in striking,
Yeah.
they would have a very tasty target to throw at. Pretty exposed there, both of them.
But Luis likes to strike, but he allows Rios to come in.
Let's
He's
work,
not
work.
using the jab to keep him off. And we're seeing a replication of what we saw in that first and second round. Using the jaula as a way to really makes it very difficult, obviously, for Rios, because he can't move around to land a submission as we're getting the referee's point of view, that referee camera angle. And again, Rios is just searching, looking, and Luis here what's really protecting him is his wrestling. He's able to just transition.
Rios taking the back again. He has been here before. Trying to triangle that in underneath with the figure four if he can.
Or he's actually trying to slip in the other leg in so he can open up the hips. And he's trying to look for that armbar, but see, it's so hard because you have the jaula right next to you. So
Yeah,
you
that's why you want the center.
You can't push back. You can't. And right there in that position, as Rios, you grab in both of your hands and you push back, but the jaula is in the way. So you got to take this fight to the center of la jaula.
Sifuentes is out. Rios follows him around, sits him down. I mean, Rios has been the aggressor. Rios has been attempting to finish this fight. Sifuentes has just been reacting.
Right.
And Rios now has won rounds 1 and round 2 in our official scoring.
You said it right, Max. He's just reacting, but he's not doing anything with it.
It's taking a toll here, having Rios hang on you. And Rios also learning here on the job, how to be a little more clinical in these situations with a relatively open target in Sifuentes. Again, locked in.
Yeah, but Rios, too, land some hammer fists, land some shots, because that's going to allow Luis to open up, because it's kind of like, you know, when a fly's next to you, try to push it off, right? So now you leave that open gap for Rios could land in a rear naked choke.
Another rear naked choke
There it
attempt.
is.
It's on the chin. Can it get under the chin?
Let's work.
Marcos Perez, well, let's get some work going here. Rios is trying.
Yeah, right there. See, oh, there we go. See, now he lands a shot. Again, those little shots, even though they don't do much damage, it's a distraction.
Sifuentes just trying to limit the area where Rios can work at.
He might switch there to trying to grab that arm and go for the armbar
Still
here,
got those
Max.
legs,
No,
Ken.
there it is. He's switching to go for the armbar because now he has that space. Now he's able to pull away in the back.
And it's been a frustrating fight for both these guys, but Rios at least has been resourceful. Trying to show you his jiu-jitsu, his ground game, which has been solid, but not good enough to finish the fight just yet. There is the view from the referee.
Luis needs to push to the left and roll and pull out that
Slips
arm.
out of the armbar.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Rios got to be careful here.
There, see, now he needs to work. He almost had a triangle. Man.
They made
I
that
get
work in
that
that heel hook. Upstairs, downstairs, nobody home. 1 minute to go here in this fight, which has been
you
predominantly
hear that
on the
corner
ground.
hammer fist? None of that is happening. Not action, not active at all. It's just like they're just laying.
Heel hook
laying
time.
on him.
Sifuentes does have something to take away from this. He has been pretty good defending these submission attempts.
Again, if you're a good wrestler, you know, you're able to defend. That's all. But you need to be active. You got that defense. He had some opportunities when he was in the guard to land in some shots. He didn't do anything with it. He just laid on him.
A reminder, another Marcos Perez separation. Our main card coming your way here at the top of the hour. Our bantamweight rankings are out. All the rankings are out. Check it out on the Combate social handles. Discuss amongst yourselves. This is an exciting day for the company as we have data and we have rankings where fighters can pick and choose opponents as we reach the end of this fight.
In favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision, Mauricio